So I'm going to go over a question on the chapter or module 2 review. It would be number 11. And this is one that I guess it might, I don't believe it was on the homework, but it you have to find the zeros of your quadratic function. And let's see. So this is our function right here, or our equation. And I noticed that when I graph this, I don't have any x-intercepts. So I'm at home and my calculator emulator eats up too much RAM, so I can't use that, but that's what my graph looks like. Okay, so I realized, well, it doesn't have x-intercepts. That means that all the zeros are non-real complex zeros. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write down my quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And I labeled my a and my b and my c. So b is negative as 4. And I'm going to square my b. Okay, so I'm plugging in everything in my quadratic formula. Now you might notice that underneath your radical, you're going to wind up with a negative number. So I'm just going to, on my calculator, I'm going to figure out 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 85. That's a negative 324. Now, so that's where I'm at right now. There's going to be a little bit of a process reducing this because, well, first of all, you know, it's not going to take it if you have a negative under the radical. So we have to use an I to indicate that we have a negative under the radical. Okay. So I have, and then another thing is 324 might be divisible by a perfect square. So, and actually, let me rewrite this like this. Okay, so for the negative under my radical, I'm going to rewrite this as the square root of 324 times I. And the reason I use I is because I is equal to the square root of negative 1. Now I'm going to take my calculator and I'm going to find the square root of 324. And that gives me 18. So now I am down to negative 4 plus or minus 18i over 2. And of course, I have to divide both items in the numerator by 2. And I have negative 2 plus or minus 9i. So this is, now I don't know if this is on the test. I haven't looked yet. I don't put the test together. It's put together by the coordinator. But I hope this helps.